what's going on, fam? It's Fresh Rides back at it again with another tutorial today. Actually, today is going to end up being a two-part tutorial, but I thought to start off I'd at least show you guys what I'm doing. And I'm going to go ahead and call this my R3 travel setup. So what I did is I was kind of looking around for something for my phone, specifically more so to charge it, because I've been having a lot of problems with my phone dying from 100% to by lunchtime sometimes being dead. So the worry with that was, if I take my motorcycle on a trip somewhere, if I'm out on a day trip all day, I don't want to have my phone die, and if I get somewhere and I want to take pictures, I want to be able to make sure that my phone has a fully charged battery. So I kind of started looking around on YouTube and watching a couple other people's channels, and I had some good stuff that I saw, and I kind of took a collective of the best ideas I kind of saw from everybody and combined those into what I'm going to do today. And I also picked up something that I believe is going to be pretty helpful for me, and if you're also another motovlogger, definitely be helpful for you for doing custom bike builds and tutorials and stuff like that. And that's kind of where I was going to start, was just by going over this GoPro head strap and quick clip. And it's something that's nice because obviously if you're working on something, it's good to have the convenience of having your both hands free, so you're not having to hold the camera with one thing while you're trying to screw or unscrew something, and then the camera looks kind of shaky and silly and stupid like that. And if you're trying to be on a budget, the GoPro may be the only camera that you have. You don't maybe necessarily have money to buy some other 4K setup, 4K camera that you're using for recording, working on your bike and stuff like that. So I got the head strap and the quick clip as just kind of a way to not have to wear my helmet while it's hot and I'm outside working on my bike, or if I'm in my garage, something like that. This ended up only being like, I think I paid like $7 for it. It was on clearance, but I think if you get it online, you can get it on Amazon for like 20 bucks. So just to start off, I was going to say that just as a quick recommendation of something good to use. So the main thing I got to start off, which I'm going to do as part one of this tutorial, is just installing the mount itself. What I have is I ended up going with the Ram mount, which seems to be the only motorcycle mount that's worthwhile, that almost I think everybody uses, whether they're a motovlogger or not. If they're just going somewhere, it's nice, it's convenient, they're durable, they're sturdy, they're reliable. Something else that's good about them that I've specifically noticed is that just the convenience of how they can be mounted, it makes it, I guess, the least amount of risk for you being a driver on a motorcycle. And when I say that, I say it because you're not having to take something out of your pocket or out of your jacket or look too far down. Like, I know a lot of people put their phones in their tank bag, and nothing against that. The nice thing about it is that it makes it weatherproof, so I'm not knocking it. But what I am saying is that it makes it so that as you're riding your bike, instead of being out on a phone mount, having something in your tank bag makes it so you have to look away from the road a little bit further and for a little bit longer. So the good thing about these Ram mounts is that it puts it a little bit closer forward in your field of vision and higher up, so the distance that you're having to look from cars out in front of you to maybe down at your GPS, if you're looking for directions or something, is really small compared to looking down at a tank bag, and then you might look up and then boom, there's a car there. So good thing. That's why I chose this mount. That's why I recommend this mount. And then specifically, if you're watching this and you own an R3, a lot of other people have kind of mentioned this in some of their videos, but for where I'm mounting mine, I am mounting mine on the triple clamp mirror socket. So basically there's a little rubber cap that's on this axle screw, and you unscrew it, and with what comes with the Ram mount, the hex bolt is too large, so you have to end up ordering another one, and then you also have to get a washer with it, or the mount ball will not fit. So what you need to order if you have an R3 and you're trying to do this is a M6x50 hex nut bolt, and then you need to get a 6mm washer to go with it, and that'll make it so that the bolt itself, because it's smaller than the ones that come with the Ram mount, will go through that ball. Then you won't have a problem, and it won't be loose or spinning around or anything like that. So next I will show you guys, I'll open these up, let you guys kind of see what they look like, and I'll show you how I'm going to position it on my bike, and then we will get outside and set it up. The other thing I am going to do, that's going to be part two of this video, is, like I was talking about with my phone, wanting to have the convenience of having a charged phone on my trip, so when I get somewhere I have a full battery I don't have to worry about my phone dying on the road and having an emergency or anything like that. So I did get a mini USB outlet for my phone to charge. So basically the way it works is it's going to hook up one side to the battery, another side I'm going to hook up, I think, to the brake fuse. So that way when this is plugged in, it's not constantly draining the battery, and it will only charge when when the key to the bike is turned on or it's running, etc. So I think this is going to be a little bit longer and more complicated to do, so I'll probably do this one a video on its own second, but to start off I'm going to do the phone mount. Alright, so I got the mount out of the case. I'm showing you guys, I guess, a quick little peek of what I'm doing. So this is the mount itself. This is the RAM mount. It's called the X-Grip. Specifically, I'll put all the part numbers and all the names in the descriptions, but what this one is called is the Universal X-Grip mount. It also came with this it's called the Hole M8 screw. It's a Ram motorcycle base mount. This is going to be what's holding it onto the triple clamp, and then this is the 1-inch ball, by the way, for both of these, for the X mount and the bottom of the mount itself, so you can use the 1-inch adapter for the arm. And I got the short one, so it kind of makes it as close to the center and as low profile as possible. So basically this is what, like, you know, let's say this is where you're putting it in. This is going to sit inside of here, just like that. Same for the mount here. Alright, so, and then you're going to have, you know, this one down, the RAM mount facing up, and that's how it's going to sit, just like that. And then the way the mount itself works, I'll grab my phone and show you guys. So the way this mount setup is going to work is you just throw the phone in there, and then it sits like that. The first thing I thought about is like vibration, like what if this comes out? So it comes with a rubber tether, and all you do is stretch the corners of the tether over the tops of your phone, and it will hold it into place, and it's pretty sturdy. I like it a lot.
I like you a lot.
It is kind of sitting on my power button though, so I should probably scoot it up a little bit. There, done. And that's how the phone will sit. Goes in the bracket just like that. You'll tighten this up. And actually, I might do this the other way so that, yeah, the twisting part of the screw faces outward. And that'll be that. So I'll go outside and I'll show you guys what that's going to look like. But yeah, just again for reference, so the larger bolt right here is the one that it comes with. And then this is the one that I had to order separate with the washer. And you can see why, without the washer, this one's so skinny that it almost would kind of fall through, or does fall through. But it sits a little too loose in there, so that washer will help keep it secure and hold it down. So anyways, we'll get outside and we'll give it a go.
A few moments later.
5mm Allen wrench. And all you gotta do is pop this cap off right here. Boom, done. And take this triple clamp bolt out. There it goes. Boom, too easy. And it should just come out with your fingers. Alright, and you can see like that's a short that's a short bolt. And for this guy, should be just long enough. And the same deal, 5mm. Just make sure you got the washer on there to hold it steady. Hopefully I don't have to cut this, but this should be alright. Baller. Alright, this fits just perfect. So all I'm doing is screwing this bad boy down. Doesn't sit quite perfectly straight. But honestly, that's the hardest part, is getting that bad boy on there. So that's pretty solid. It's not going to go anywhere. You could put Loctite on there if you want to, but really don't have to. And then this is the 1-inch T-ball joint. I'm going to say putting that right there is perfect. And getting that bad boy on. And that's just a matter of getting your mount where you want it. I had my keys, I didn't bring them. Anyways, you can see according to like where your handlebars are, how you want to have them out. Kind of like I was saying, I think the further up and out is better. And it also won't block your key there. It won't block your RPM. all hair. That's it. Alright, so here's what it looks like when it's all set up. Boom, X-grip ram mount, the T-ball joint, and the 1-inch ball bracket mount adapter. Pretty sexy. And that's what it looks like with the phone in. Doesn't block your keys, doesn't block your RPM gauge. Sitting pretty. And it's really steady. It's not gonna go anywhere. So yeah, all you need is a 5mm Allen key hex tool, and that's literally the only tool that you need for this job. I definitely recommend using the ones that you can have a handle on, that way, because when I took this cap off right here, the hex key under there, the bolt has Loctite on it from the manufacturer, and it's really hard to break loose, so having this tool will help get it off real easy. But honestly, that's the hardest part of the project. So if you can handle that, you can pretty much handle anything. Just kind of one more look at it from the back with the phone on there. Anyways, this is part 1. Part 2, I'll put the USB charger from the battery up here, and I'll show you guys what that looks like. But I think it's going to be a longer project, so I'll break it into 2 parts. But anyways, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. If you have any other places, especially if you have an R3, if you have any other places you put a phone mount, or have any ideas that are more convenient, let me know. But this definitely seems to be the best that I've found. I mean, there's only like an inch of clearance under there. The other option was putting it like kind of there on that gas tank bolt, but it seems like that's kind of back to the whole tank bag thing, where it's making it so you're looking back further away from the road. So definitely let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys later.